Let's start with our basic Marchinplace. Soft elbows, soft knees, keeping the body nice and tall. Picking up the pace just a little bit. Warming up the body. Moving into a wide stance. Again, soft knees, nice and tall, working it out. Narrow march, bringing it in, taking it wide, and one more time, bringing it in. Position the hands forwards, palms forwards, into a heel tap, pushing it out. Going into a double heel tap right here for 1, 2, working it out. Keep moving those arms. Coming towards the end, we're switching it up to the side taps. Working those arms, stretching them out, shoulder width apart, palms down, pointing those toes, moving into a double tap right here, 1, 2. Counting it down. Coming to the last one, back into basic march, marching out. Taking the legs wide again, palms forwards, holding those legs and taking it across the body, switching it. To protect your hips and knees, point those toes down and lift those heels up. Working it right across the body, keeping those arms straight out, soft elbows, and reaching right across, grabbing on. Coming to the end, give me a 2 push, right across. Tapping the toes as you come across the body. Coming to the end, into a shuffle slide, taking it across, working it through, soft knees, and taking those legs shoulder width apart. Changing up the arms, pushing them across the body, still into a shuffle slide. Now you're going to add a little bit of a squat to it. Again, if your knees bother you or you have a bad back, stay nice and tall and shorten it up. Coming to the end, we're going to take those toes right behind the body. Toe taps with a punch across the body. Again, if you're sitting in a chair and you're finding it too difficult to take it behind the legs, modify it by maintaining a shuffle slide across the body and punch those arms. Coming to the end, back into a shuffle slide. Again, holding yourself nice and tall, bringing those feet close together, working the outside of your body. Coming to the end, we're going to cross those toes right in front, working the arms side to side. Now remember, if your hips are bothering you, keep your toes planted right in front of the body. Don't go across. If your hips and knees are good, take it right across the body. Soft knees. We're going to add a punch as we go across. Bend those elbows. Punch it across. Squeeze those stomachs. We're coming back to the end, back into shuffle slide. Here we go. Back and forth. Changing the hands, palms forwards. Take them up and down. Coming back to the end, hands on the thighs. Nice light shuffle with a little squat. Bend those knees, shoulder width apart when we open the legs. Keep it going. Again, modification, if you can't squat, hold it nice and tall and just shuffle those legs across. Coming to the end, back to basic march. Here we go, marching out. Taking those legs, shoulder width apart, soft knees, soft elbows, nice and tall. Holding the pace, make sure you're breathing. Coming to the end, hold those legs, here we go. We're going into upper body cardio, stretching it out. Toe taps again, lifting those heels. Let's pick up that pace just a little bit. Working those arms, stretching across the body. Coming to the end and double push. 1, 2. Bend those knees, stretch across the body. Lift up on the back of the foot to protect your legs and stretch and push. Coming to the end. Now we're going to punch it right in front of our bodies. Take it in front, making sure that you don't cross the midline of the body. Taking those toes, stretching them back behind you, bringing them right into the midline of the body, into a slight ski motion. Close those fists and work it through. Coming to the end into hamstring curl. Here we go. Take it wide, pulling up. Take those heels, motion towards your bum. Bicep curls. The modification again, if you're sitting in the chair, is sliding those toes out behind you, placing your hands on your thighs, and working it through. Coming to the end, we're going to go into a double curl up. Push it right here. Hands on the opposite thigh for support. Protect your balance. Everyone should be nice and warm. Coming back to the end. And we're going back into shuffle slide. Again, working those arms side to side. Back into a basic march. Here we go. March it out. We're going to go back to basics. Still working on that cardio, bringing those heels forward into heel taps. Here we go. Pushing those arms forwards, soft elbows, soft knees. Now again, remember, if your knees bother you, keep your legs nice and close to the body. Coming to the end, we're going into double heel taps. Push, push. Keep it going. We're going to change the arms. Single arm with a push. Single arm with a push. Coming to the end, back to basic march and march. Swing those arms side to side. Staying nice and tall. Take it wide. Punch it forwards. Palms down. Narrow march. Wide march. Holding it here. Crossing those arms. Here we go. Push it. Toes to the ground. Coming to the end. Double push. Again, work it through. Coming back to the end again. Stretching high and over. Stretch it out. Toe taps down. Again, remember, if you have any neck problems or shoulder problems, keeping the hands in front of the body. Don't reach over your head. Keep it right in front. Stretching out those arms now, right in front. And reach. Still using those toes. Tap it down and stretch. Coming to the end, keep holding those arms. Change your toes. Center of the body, and tap. Coming to the end into shuffle slide, work Work it out. Good job, everyone. Keep it going. Coming to the end, take the toes behind you, jab it out, and jab, and jab. Coming to the end into Hacky Sack, bring it down. So again, when you're doing Hacky Sack, don't lean forwards. Imagine you're kicking a soccer ball, and just reach down as far as you can without leaning forwards. Good job, everyone. Work it out. Coming to the end, crossing the elbow down to the knee. Again, staying nice and tall, bringing the arm across the body, and crossing those knees slightly over the midline. Coming to the end, back to basic march right here. March it out. Slowing it down. We're coming to the end. Good job on the cardio. Marching, taking it wide, soft knees, soft elbows. Bring those arms down. March them. Push, narrow march, wide arms, slow it down. Slow it down. Deep breath in. Keep marching. Inhale. Exhale. March it out. Slow it down. Into a heel march. Work those hips. Here we go. Pushing those arms. Nice and easy forwards. Slowing down. Take that sweat off that brow. Push the arms right back down again. And hold those legs. Taking the arms, stretching them across. Across the body. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale out. Counting down, we're going to reach slightly up. Keep those elbows bent. Reach partially up to the sky. Keep them right beside the body. Again, if you have any conditions, keep those arms nice and low. Coming to the end, we're going to stretch it out forwards. Stretch and reach. Grab for that water bottle. And stretch. Keep those knees nice and soft and stretch. And hold it right here. Take a nice deep breath in, inhale up, and exhale down. Back to basic march and nice and easy.
So you've just finished your cardio portion of the class. We're just going to keep marching just a little bit to make sure that that heart rate's down to a more normal pace before we start our muscular strength and endurance portion of the program. We're going to begin with our squats. Squats are a functional exercise and we want to strengthen the muscles in the legs. So let's just stand in front of our chair, feet about hip width apart, contract the abdominals, pull the belly button in and up, keep the chest open, and we use our arms in front just for a little bit of balance. We're going to keep our knees over our feet and we're going to sit back behind and then coming back up. So you're just going to go as low as you feel comfortable going. Stop and take a rest when you need. Think about breathing deeply. And again, the most important thing is you're keeping your knees over your feet, you're pressing the hips back behind you. Remember, you can stop and take a rest anytime you need. Doing great. Just continue on. Just going as low as you feel comfortable. And last one. And release. Come on, back up. Let's sit down now on our chair. I'm going to be using my heaviest weights for this large muscle in my back. My participants will be using a band or tubing. So just place your feet out in front of you. Place the tubing or band underneath your feet. Make sure you keep your knees slightly bent. Sitting up nice and tall. I'll be leaning forward because I'm working against gravity with my weights. Now let's pull the elbows in and back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. We want to be breathing deeply. Try to exhale on that pull up. Inhale as we reach down. We want to think about those back muscles. We use these back muscles if we're pulling a heavy door open, or if we're raking leaves or starting a lawnmower. It's very important muscles to keep these strong. Last one. And release, and come back up. Good job. All right, I'm going to set my heavy weights down, and we're all going to take our band and our tubing here at this point, and we're going to be working our chest. My participants will be putting the band behind their back, underneath their shoulders, or underneath their arms. I'm going to take the band and place it behind the back of my chair, so I have a little bit more resistance. So if you have a chair that you can put your band behind, adding a little bit of resistance on there makes it a little bit more difficult. So sitting up nice and straight, keep the wrists straight, pointing forward, and we want to reach and press the chest forward or through the chest. So think about pushing a heavy door open. Push and reach. Exhale as you push, inhale as you come back. And push and back. Nice deep breathing, and push and back. So think about the muscles in the chest. So again, as you're pushing that heavy door open, you want to push those arms right out in front. Make sure those abdominals are nice and tight. Let's do 2 more. And last one. And release. Great job. And just give the shoulders a little roll if you like. Good. Now, my participants will take their band or tubing in front of them, short grip in front of them, and elbows up just below their shoulders. Now, I'm going to be using light weights, and I'm going to go forward into a forward flexion, making the same movement as my participants, but using weights. And I'm leaning forward because I have to work against gravity with the weights. We want to be squeezing the shoulder blades together, working the muscles in that upper back. These are our posture muscles. So keeping those muscles strong helps us with posture. Let's do 2 more. And last one. And release. All right, so now let's take our bands and set them down, and we're going to take our light weights or no weights. We're going to be working the front and top of the shoulders. So whether you have weights or not, we want to bring our arms down by our side, sit up nice and tall, keep the thumbs up. We're going to reach our arms up about shoulder level and then back down. And now we're going to reach to the side. So lateral range, lift up, thumbs up, and back down. Exhale as you come up, and inhale as you come down. So if you have shoulder problems, you may not want to use any weights or use lighter weights. Exhale up and inhale down. That's it, nice deep breathing. You can stop and take a rest anytime if you feel like you're having any pain in the shoulders. Good job. Okay, let's do 1 more to the front and 1 more to the side. Lifting up and back down, and last one, and release. Great job. Let's take the weights and set the weights back down, and we'll give our shoulders a little roll. Good. All right, let's take our bands now, or our tubing, and we're going to work the back of the arm here. So let's take that band. I'll be using 1 heavy weight, but we'll start with our band first. So let's put that band over our right shoulder and hold on to that band with the right hand. You're going to take your left hand and just reach up on that shoulder and hold on to the band at your shoulder. Keep the elbow in close to your waist. Now we're just going to straighten that arm down and curl back up. Watch the wrists, keep the wrists straight. So if you're using bands or tubing, continue with this. And I'm just going to take 1 heavy weight and do the same thing with the weight. I'm going to lean forward, my elbow comes up, and I straighten and curl from my elbow. I'm using my left arm just for a little bit of support here as I'm leaning forward. I want you to breathe deeply. Good. Just extending and flexing from the elbow, working the back of the arm. Last one. And release. Good job. Come on back up, and let's change hands. Again with the band or tubing, goes over the left shoulder and hold on with your left hand. Right hand comes across up onto your shoulder and hold on to the shoulder with the band. Elbow close to your body, and again extending that arm straight and curling back. And again, if you're using band or tubing, continue with that. I'm going to use my weight, leaning forward again, elbow comes up. So in both exercises, you want to keep the shoulder stable, non-moving as we extend and flex from the elbow. Triceps are a little used muscle in everyday life. Unless you're washing the walls or washing the windows a lot, the muscles are used then. Or if you're a cross-country skier, cross-country skiing, you use the tricep muscles here. Last one. And release. Great job. All right, we're going to set the weights down for now. My participants will use their band or tubing. We're working the front of the arms now, the biceps. So let's take that band or tubing, and they're going to put their band or tubing underneath their feet, just reaching down and taking a fairly short grip. Elbows stay close to the body, keep the wrists straight, and they're just going to curl up. Again, just from the elbow, so shoulders are stable. I'm just going to take my heaviest weights and do the same exercise with the heavy weights. Breathe deeply. You want to fully extend the arm, just keeping the elbow slightly bent. And when you bring the arms up, keep the hands about 3 or 4 inches from the shoulders so that you're keeping that contraction through the front of the arm, through the bicep. Remember to breathe deeply. These muscles are used if you're picking up groceries or carrying groceries home. Last one. Good job. All right, well done. Set those weights back down. We're now going to do some rotation through the waist here, some of our core exercises. So Jerry is going to be demonstrating just contracting his abdominals in and up. If you have osteoporosis or arthritis or disc problems that you should not be rotating, then you will do what Jerry does, just sitting on the spot and contracting the abdominals. Doreen and myself, we will take our band, and this is going to be a rotation, so strengthening those core muscles. So let's take the band, we bring it across in front of us, make sure you've got lots of resistance, hold the band into your tummy, and we're going to turn away from where the band is connected. On my right side, so I want to turn to the left. So we're going to rotate left and come back to the center. So we're working those core muscles here. Think about that natural girdle we have. That's the muscles we're working. So again, Jerry on my left, he's pulling his belly button in up, working those core muscles in a stable position. Doreen and I are rotating. If you're a golfer or play tennis or play softball, these muscles are really important. They're important for every day too. Good. Last one, and release. We're just going to let that band, we're going to grab our other band on the other side so we're ready to go. You'll have to change your band to the other side. We're going to pull that band across. Jerry's going to just use his contraction of his abdominals again here. Hold on to the band, sit up nice and straight. And again, we're going to rotate away from where the band is connected. Make sure you're breathing deeply. That's it. Good job. You'd be surprised how many times in everyday life we have to make that movement. So we want to keep those muscles nice and strong. Make sure you keep the belly button pulled in. Last one, and release. Great job. Working on our balance, we're going to be standing upright. Now we will be standing on one leg, so make sure that that knee is slightly bent or a soft knee. Think about your posture, pull your belly button in and up, helps with balance and support. If you need a little bit of support, use the wall or a chair, just hold on to it lightly. If you feel good with your balance and you don't need to, just keep it close so that you have it for support when you need it. All right. Progressions, level 1 first. So we're standing upright. We're going to look directly forward at an object in front of us. We're going to shift our weight to one leg and lift that one foot off the floor. Now you can keep your toe just touching the floor if you like, if that's better for you, or lift your leg right up. Think about balance. Breathe deeply. Now this is level 1. You'll stay at level 1 until you feel very comfortable staying in this position for about 20 seconds. When you can do this comfortably, then you can progress on to level 2. And level 2 is moving around the room. So Or around when you're walking outside, you're turning your head, you're looking up, you're looking down, looking at the birds in the trees, watching the plane go overhead. So that's a level 2, all right? Again, a progression. Level 3, we would close one eye. So if you feel comfortable with level 1 and level 2, you can progress to a level 3, closing one eye. And that's a little bit more difficult. And again, if you're feeling comfortable looking directly forward, you again can look around the room. Good. And level 4 is much more difficult, closing both eyes. You may want to use your arms out to the side for a little bit of balance. And then open and bring that leg down. Great job. How did we do? All right. Let's change. We're going to do the same thing with the other leg. So switching our body weight to the other side, standing up tall, make sure those abdominals are tight. All right, use the chair if you need to. Lift the foot off the floor. So again, progression. Level 1, we're looking directly forward, breathing deeply. Leg that you're standing on is slightly bent. Progressing to level 2, looking around the room. So looking around with your eyes, looking around, lifting up, looking down. So it may take you weeks or months to progress from one level to another level, and that's all right. Level 3, closing one eye. So again, making it a little bit more difficult just with one eye open. And again, if you want to move around the room, makes it more difficult. And level 4, the most difficult, before I fall over here, close both eyes, and balancing, and open, and legs down. You can practice your balance every single day. The more you balance, the more you practice, the better you get. The better balance you have, the less chance of falling and injuring yourself. So practice your balance. We're beginning our cool down now, and we want to keep marching a little bit, but slow it down just a little. We want to let that heart rate come down to a more normal pace and get our breathing back down to more normal before we get down onto the floor or sitting down in the chair. So just a nice easy march. Relax the arms, relax the shoulders. Think about your posture here. So again, still keeping that belly button pulled in and up just a little bit so you've got good core stability. And let's just do a nice easy step touch. So just let the arms swing easy, gentle to the side. Good, nice deep breathing. Good, gentle swing and a step touch. Good. We want that heart rate back down to normal now. If you still feel like you're still breathing a little bit on the heavy side, please walk around a little bit more. Keep moving until you feel that you are cooled down enough to get down onto the floor. Let's take it back to a little march. Give the shoulders a little roll back. Good. So if you're ready, we're going to come down onto the floor or get your chair and we'll sit down in the chair. So let's come on down. And we're going to lay right back onto our back. And we want to start with our knees bent, feet are on the floor. Arms are down by our side. And body in the chair is going to be doing the same type of exercises or stretches that we're doing, but just sitting in the chair. Let's take the belly button and pull the belly button in just a little bit again and tilt our pelvis back, pressing the lower back into the floor. So just stretching through the lower back, relax, and then release. Tilt the pelvis forward, just arching the back off the floor just a little bit. And come back into neutral position. Let's do that one more time. Rotate the pelvis back, pressing the lower back into the floor. Release and tilt the pelvis forward, arching the back off the floor. And coming back into a neutral back. All right, let's get stretching just a little bit more. We're going to bring our right knee into the chest, hands behind the back of that knee. Left leg up into the chest, hand behind the back of the knee, and just relax the knees, relax your legs. In the chair, Bonnie is doing the same thing, sitting back in the chair, relaxing. I want you to breathe deeply, relax your hips, relax your back, and release. Just let the legs go a little bit. Keep that right knee into the chest. Let's take the left leg all the way down to the floor. So relaxing that leg down. And just pull that right knee into the chest just a little bit more, a little deeper stretch through the lower back, through the back of the hips. Now let's just take that right ankle and do a little point and flex here, just getting mobility through that ankle. Good. And a little circle around one direction and circle the other direction. We want to have that mobility in the ankles, helps us walk with a good gait. Good, and release. We're going to take our right hand now into the inside of that right knee and open that knee to the outside. So opening through the hip, opening through that inner thigh. If you find that that's too much stretch, by all means, bring your hand down behind or underneath that knee and just give a little bit of support. So relaxing your hips, relaxing your legs, relax up through the back, relax your neck and shoulders. Think about breathing deeply, releasing all the tension in your body. And slowly bring that knee back to center. And we're changing hands now. We're going to take our left hand onto the outside of that knee, take the right arm out to the side, palm facing up, keeping your back neutral, so keeping your shoulders and hips on the floor. We're just going to bring that knee across the side and relax. So just a nice gentle stretch for the side of the hip. This is if you have any back problems, osteoporosis, you want to keep your back in that neutral position. If you find that you want a little deeper stretch and you don't have any back problems, then let the hip come up and across, and we're going to take that knee down towards the floor a little bit further. And you can gently press on the side of that leg just to get a little bit deeper stretch. You're also going to stretch through the front of the chest, the front of the shoulders, and through the front of that arm. Just relax and breathe deeply. And release. Slowly bring that knee back to center. And release that leg all the way down. We're going to change legs. So now that right leg goes down flat to the floor, and the left knee comes up into the back of the into the chest. So relax that leg. Breathe deeply. And let's just get that ankle moving here a little bit again. So that left ankle, you want to point and flex. Again, getting good mobility through that ankle. Circle around one direction. And circle back the other direction. And release. We're going to take our left hand onto the inside of that knee, and we're going to open that knee to the outside. So opening through the hip, we're stretching through the inner thigh. Again, if that's too much stretch, you can put your hand on the outside of that leg just for a little support. We want to keep our shoulders and our hips on the floor. We want to relax. Release all the tension in the muscles and breathe deeply. And slowly bring that knee back to center. And let's switch hands. We're going to take our right hand onto the outside of that knee. The left arm goes out to the side, palm facing up. And we're going to keep the hips and shoulders on the floor to begin with. There's our neutral spine position. Nice gentle stretch for the side of that hip. And again, if you have osteoporosis or back problems, you'd want to stay in this neutral spine position. If you want a little deeper stretch, let that hip come up and across. Bring that knee down towards the floor. And again, a little deeper stretch through the hip and lower back. And you're also stretching through the chest and shoulder. And release. Slowly come back to center. Just releasing that leg down. And just come back down to a neutral position where your knees are bent and feet are on the floor. Let's do our hamstring stretch. So we're going to take our right leg and extend that right leg up towards the ceiling, flexing the foot, so bringing the toe in towards the shin. You want to extend the leg out straight so the knee is straight, but just a slight bend or soft knee. We're going to bring that leg straight up in towards the chest. Bring it as far as you can in without bending that knee. Bonnie in the chair is doing the same stretch for the hamstring, but she's using the floor to place her foot on and leaning forward into it. So she's stretching her hamstring in a forward flexion movement, and we're bringing our leg up. Good, let's release, bring that leg down and change legs. So take that leg up, again keep it down just a little bit, flex the foot, bring the toe in towards the shin, straighten that leg out, keep a soft knee, and bring that leg in towards the chest, just as far as you feel comfortable. Stretching through the back of the leg. And release, and just bring that leg back down. Good. We're going to take both arms up towards the ceiling, bend the elbows, I'm going to take an elbow in each hand. We're stretching through our shoulders here. So let's take both arms down towards the right side. Just gently pull on the side of that arm, keeping the shoulder on the floor. Bonnie's doing a little modification there. She's holding one arm straight and just using the other arm to pull that arm in a little bit closer to get that stretch through the shoulder. And we're relaxing that muscle and just letting gravity help us with the stretch. Slowly come back to center, and now both arms to the left side. And again, just a slight pull of that arm and then relax and let gravity help us with the stretch. Again, relax and breathe deeply. And release. Let's bring those arms back to center and release the arms down. We're going to roll over onto one side. We're stretching through the front of the leg, the hip flexor quadricep. And just relax your head and that bottom arm. So keeping your back and neck in neutral position. We're going to keep the hips neutral. We're going to take that top leg, bring that knee up, and press the knee back. So we want to keep that back neutral as we press the knee back, stretching through the front of the hip, the front of the leg. And again, try to relax your neck and shoulders. Think about breathing deeply. And release. Just bring those knees down and together just a little bit. We're going to take the top arm and reach that top arm up towards the ceiling. Now keep the shoulders and back, hips neutral position here. We're just going to drop that arm back and just take it back as far as you're comfortable. Drop that wrist back a little bit. We're opening through the chest, the front of the shoulders, the front of the arm. And again, Bonnie's doing a modification there for the chest stretch. Now, you can keep that neutral position, again, if you have back problems. If you want to get a little deeper stretch, let that shoulder roll back, opening through the chest, opening through that arm, and just going back as far as it's comfortable for you. And release, slowly come back up to center, and bring that arm down. Now we need to roll over onto the other side. So we're just going to come up and roll over. Okay, hip flexor quadricep stretch. So let's just take that top knee, bend the knee and press that knee back. We want to make sure that we're using our core muscles to keep that back and hip in neutral position as we press that knee back. You want to feel the stretch in the front of that leg. Again, just relax the neck and shoulders. Think about breathing deeply. And again, Bonnie is using the chair to use her stretch her hip flexors and quadricep. So just sitting sideways in the chair. And release. And just bring that leg down. Bring the knees up just a little bit more. We're going to take that top arm and reach the top arm up towards the ceiling. Keeping the shoulders and hips stable, just let that arm come back. And going back as far as you're comfortable. Drop the wrist back. Relax the shoulders. Relax the arm. Now again, if you have back problems, osteoporosis, you would want to stay in this neutral position. If you want a little deeper stretch, you can let that shoulder roll back and open up through the shoulder, through the chest, and reach back just a little bit further. Just going back as far as it's comfortable for you. Again, letting gravity help us with this stretch. And slowly come back up to center and bring that arm down and relax. We're going to slowly come up into a sitting position, so take your time when you're coming back up into that sitting position. Use your arms to sit yourself back up. And we're going to come up into a standing position. So again, take your time, just coming forward, bring that leg up, hands on the front of the leg, and slowly come back up, nice and slow. So taking your time as you come up. We're going to bring our hands together, and let's just have a nice stretch here. So take a big deep breath in before you begin. Exhale as you reach up. Nice tall stretch up towards the ceiling. Open up the arms. Inhale. And again, exhale as you come forward. Bring the hands together, reaching all the way up. Nice tall stretch up and down. One more time. Big stretch. Reaching forward, stretching through the back all the way up. And opening up through the chest one more time. Relaxing the shoulders, giving the shoulders a nice little roll. Good. Relax the shoulders down and just drop the chin to the chest. Relax the back of the neck. Relax the shoulders. So no forcing, no pressure. Just relaxing. Lift the chin up and let's look over one shoulder. So this is a very functional exercise. If you drive a car, you want to have that mobility. Other side to be able to shoulder check, look over that shoulder. So we want to keep that range of motion through our neck. Come back into the center. Now facing forward, and let's just drop the ear to one side. Again, relaxing the neck and shoulders. And other side. And back into the center. Good. Give the shoulders a nice little roll. Good. Let's just give those fingers a little open and close. Good. Little wrist rotation around one direction, other direction, and relax. And you're all done.